afternoon, everyone. I'm Pratthana Rattanatirawan. Today I'm present about the promotion for sustainable independent living for people with intellectual disability in community and workplace. Nowadays, for improving the quality of life for the person with intellectual disability, or we call ID, we will focus on potential, their strengths, including adaptation ability for living with others, includes family and society appropriately and happily. For everything that we focus on today, nowadays Thailand, we have one act that's called the promotion and development of quality of life of person with disability in 2007, and the section 33 that we talk about the company or the enterprise or another enterprise must be employ the disability person in the ratio of 100 per one disability persons. This act can help us about to employ the intellectual disability have a job or work in the company outside their home or their institutes. And this program is preparing for support about the employee in the company. Our program is initiated when the person with intellectual disability who 18 years old and over came with their family and apply to our program. Our program is for 1 to 3 years, and then we train about basic working skill and development program. And our goal, the final goal, is to promotion for sustainable independent living for people with ID and stay or living happily in community and workplace. Can we inform about our program? The basic working skill development program. Social work unit of Rattanatirawan Institute, we had established a program to develop basic working skill for person with ID and train them on social adaptive skills and basic skill needed to work. Our goal is to improve skill that will help them get ready to work and live happily in society, and to make preparation for the person with ID to be able to work for improving their life in the greater sustainability. And then the last one, I think, is a lot, but it's very important because our goal is to live by the potential and social adaptive skill to be able to work and stay together with normal people happily. For our goal, that the recruitment of our program, we will the criteria of our program is the person with ID who are over 18 years old, both male and female, and pass the preliminary examination and get diagnosis done by doctor of Rattanatirawan Institute already, and must undergo basic assessment and preparedness for training program. For instance, no complication will hinder them from work, and can travel between home and Rattanatirawan by themselves. And the last one, let's talk about the parent must give consent and be able to participate in the activity of the program as well. Our program, we have 15 ID person in one section of program, and we will train 1 to 3 years for one ID person. For working time of our program is a participant can visit and receive services 5 days a week, to Monday to Friday from 8 to 16 hours, except holidays or public holidays. Okay, this is the 4 important roles for preparation in our program. The first one is a social worker. Like me, the social worker have a role for coaching with the ID person and planning with the family, and coordination with the company or colleague or employer. And next one is the ID person. ID person who apply or join in our program, we will improving about basic work and social skill for them. So our family is must to join with us about planning with job coach, it means social worker, and participation for basic work or social skill training. And the last one is new important roles, but I think very important role because employer and colleague who just to take care the ID person in the company must be a workplace coaching and provide the counseling service for ID person when they employ in the company outside. So it's nature of jobs that I show you about the 5 main jobs for we train them at our program. First one is talk about working in shop or store. Working in shop is just open and close the shop, cleaning the shop, something like that. And photocopying, for example, switch on or off, or call the trainer when have out of order or the paper have a mistake, something like that. And services is our company's just like conference room service. When have another or the guest come to conference or meeting, and our member try to service in the conference room. And next one is the administrative work, just as send the document, learn how to know about the manner for sending the document, for example, knocking a door before coming, something like that. And the last one is about restaurant services, for example, close and open the shop, cleaning the shop. Okay. I will show you about our process. This is a flow chart for our program when the trainee who get training for 1 to 3 years already. Next is social worker will evaluate basic skill for them, but then cannot pass the evaluate. We will advise parents to take care them at home, or advise about another way to train them in the home. But if they pass the evaluate, the next section is the probation in workplace or home businesses. It means social worker and parent try to find job for them together. While parents have participants for find about the work or job, because when the first time when coming, social worker and parent will planning together about need or business that the parent or the ID person need to work. It means it help us to have to do this job for a long time. Okay. And next one is for view follow up by social worker in 3 months, and then we assess their basic working skill and evaluability for work again. If they cannot pass in the probation, we will advise as parents to take care of them at home again. But if they pass, we will provide an advice and list of any issue arising for work and living in the community periodically. And then our final goal is the ID person can work and live in the community as well. Okay, this is I will show you about the success story of our project. Currently, we have 54 persons who work in the company enterprise. For example, S&P or Starbucks Coffee, or in Cosmeca. This is a company about the cosmetic, and Uniqlo is dressing or clothing from Japan who settle in Thailand. We have 54 person work on this company, and in this part, another part, we have ID person who help the parents at home or home businesses for 30% nowadays, and this number of ID person in community and workplace. Okay, for the last slide, I will talk about the policy advocacy. I think it's a big challenge and a big change of our institute and our program, because nowadays Rattanatirawan is still by social work, social work unit, coordination and work to join with the ID organization, club, and association for work together to developing a standard and quality of program. What's program that we've developed? For example, the job code training program, or the ID person working basic skill, or need working basic skill training in the society or another institutes. And then in the future, we plan to launch it to the national labor policy for employ the ID person and have a standard of employ ID person in the future. So it's our big challenge and big time. Maybe in the future we have more and more ID person who work and can work like a normally person in the company outside. So for saving the time, sorry to Fali presentation, but I'm think if you have any question or have a time to question, we will ask again. Thank you.
Thank you very much.